Oh, well, howdy. Welcome to Cryptid Caravans. We're hauling in new monsters all the time. Well, I'm working on this thing here. Let's travel back to America's joke state, New Jersey, and take a look at another monster. Except this time it's not a flying devil, but a praying mantis. That's right, we're looking at the Mantis Man.
The Mantis Man calls the Musconetcong River outside the town of Hackettsville, New Jersey, home, which lies about 50 miles west of New York City.
And as the name suggests, this cryptid looks like a giant horsefly.
Nah, it appears as a giant praying mantis around 7 feet in height with a translucent pale brown color. Its small head holds 2 large black eyes.
There's not a real definitive date that pins the first sighting of the Mantis Man.
The earliest I found is sometime in the 1980s. A man was fishing in the Musconetcong River.
Okay, I'm just going to call it the Mekong River from now on for convenience sake.
While he was on his fishing trip with his boss, the man looked up the riverbank a ways to see the large Mantis Man shimmying up into the tree line. The Mantis Man looked over his shoulder at the fisher in the lake with a supposed look of confusion.
I mean, he was probably wondering why the fisherman was standing in his pooping spot.
The beast scurried up and seemed to fade into thin air.
I wish the blockage in this oil line would just fade away.
The man's boss didn't see any of this, as he was 50 yards downriver.
Another story involving a fisherman happened only about 8 years ago.
This time there were 2 brothers down in the Mekong. It was around dusk that one of the brothers started to feel a strange vibration ringing in his right ear.
Turns out he just got to take out his Bluetooth. Man, shocked me.
He turned towards that side to see the big bug staring at him. It doesn't say how far away the Mantis Man was, though. This understandably startled the fisherman, who described the monster as a black-gray color.
Now, he swears it was this big.
This story ends there, with no mention of how the fisherman got away, or if the Mantis Man vanished into nothing again.
If you're wondering if his brother saw this big bug, well, he didn't. He was fishing downstream about 50 yards away. Now, the last sighting of the mantis came a few years later in July, and surprisingly enough, this one didn't involve fishermen.
A Mr. Strickler was driving home from the local drugstore when he passed over the Newburgh Road Bridge. As he drove over, he thought he spotted a fisherman in the Mekong River. He slowed down to take a closer look.
And that's when Mr. Strickler realized that it wasn't a fisherman. It wasn't even human.
He saw the transparent form of an 8-foot mantis standing in the river. It moved into the trees. Strickler followed, but never caught sight of it again.
Now see, if he'd had a friend standing about 50 yards away, he probably could have got a better view of it.
After that, the Mekong River never had any noticeable sightings of the Mantis Man.
But out of just those 3 sightings, there was enough for varied theories to spring up.
On the more subtle side, some suggest it's just an extra-large praying mantis, a result of a natural mutation. Another theory, one that Mr. Strickler had at first thought, was that the mantis is just a unique illusion playing upon the waves, hence why it seems to be described as near translucent. I found some credence to that, seeing as the Mantis Man is seen during sunny days and in the water.
An environment not known to support mantises. Manti? But anyway, whenever there's the unexplained, there's always the nutty theories.
Some say the giant mantis mutation isn't natural, but the result of a scientific test gone wrong.
That's a preposterous theory. Aperture Science is a proud sponsor of Cryptid Caravans.
And then, of course, given its outlandish figure, some people call the Mantis Man an alien.
Oh no, I'm not messing with aliens again.
They're a race of ancient extraterrestrials from the Sombrero Galaxy. Through years of practice, they can create powerful vibrations to travel in time and out of space. And they like to abduct people with the help of gray aliens.
Okay, that might be the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
The Mantis Man made an appearance in an episode of Monsters and Mysteries in America, and giant mantis people are a staple of science fiction and the fantasy genres, with mentions of them in The Deadly Mantis, Portal 2, One Punch Man, and other minor appearances.
Probably what influenced them fishermen to say they saw that giant bug. But I'll leave that for you to decide. I'm just supposed to give you the history. Your choices are that it's a extraterrestrial bug, a mutated mantis, a science experiment gone horribly wrong, or maybe it's just a mirage on the water, or just all a hoax. You know what? Let's make up some of our own Mantis Man mythos right here. And we're going to say that the Mantis Man is a staple of the Jersey Devil's diet. Why not?